So we're going to count cars. You have 7 groups. This is the handout. So think about it like this. When you're trying to just come up with an experiment, or you're trying to recognize a problem like we do in experimental design, the question is very much you're investigating the time of day. So do different number of cars pass by Lake Bragg at different times of the day? That's your question. Now, right off the bat, what do you think would be your IV and your DV? Yes. Wait, say that again.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. Independent variable would be the time of day, and then independent variable would be the amount of cars that go by.
All right. Or the number of cars. So right off the bat, on your paper, you don't need to mark up your paper like I'm doing, but the different times a day, that's going to be the IV. And then the cars, that's going to be the DV. So I'll let you guys come up with your own hypothesis. But then in the experiment, let's look. In this experiment, what action is going to be taken? I want to draw attention to this, the action taken. So think about what you just heard. What's the action that's going to be taken? What are you going to do? Think about the name of the activity. You're going to count cars. So look, the action taking is you are going to count cars. All right, we're going to get data. So think about it. An action is, again, usually some way of measuring the DV. Okay? So that's your action. So I'll let you fill out number 3 and 4 on your own, seeing that we just kind of did it. But I want to jump down to, I'm going to add one more thing, and this should be a hint about what our constant is. You're going to count cars for 5 minutes. Okay? You're going to count cars for 5 minutes. Are there any questions? All right, so let's, this is going away. Move this down to here. So, 2 things to think about. That loud sound is the Mimeo pen coming on. So this right here is where you will write your group's data. Okay? Time of day, I'll tell you when we get back. This is your group number. That's that means number, not hashtag and like this. Right? This is the total number that your group counted. Okay. When we get back, you guys are going to put it in. So here's group 1, group 2, 3. Now, I have 8 because some classes have 8. You guys have 7. So we'll change this to the time of day just to show you this is what some past years look like. Okay? Now, let's talk logistics of how we're going to do this. So, by the way, how many trials are we actually going to have? 7. Why do we know that we have 7 trials for this class? There's 7 groups. Okay. Now, we're going to walk to the front of the building, and this is how you're going to do it. So, follow me. Right, so say this is a group, and this is how we're going to make it easy for us to report our numbers. All right. Half of you are going to look to the left, and half are going to look to the right. Because if you don't, this is what you do. You're like this, left, right, and you do some weird, funky dance. Left, right, left, and you're doing that the whole time, and you lose your numbers, and people driving by thinking we have crazy students at this school. And no comment on that. Okay, so let's say these 2. So when you're coming back, and you're gonna do this, all right, I'm gonna say group 1, what's your numbers? Group 2, 3, on down to group 7, what are your numbers? So when you're walking back, walk with your group, confer your numbers. All right. Hey, you cut my head off a little bit. All right, so let's say they get 8 and they get 10. Where are you going to report to the class? No, wait, let me say this. Say she gets 8 and she gets 10. What are they going to tell their partners? Yes? The average. So they'll tell their partners, oh, we got 9. So, 9 came from this direction. So you're doing the total that passed left or right. Vehicles going in or out of the building do not count. Right? But any motorized vehicle, don't say, what about a bus, a truck, does that count? Don't waste your time. All right? Are there any questions? So, look, what we're going to do is, we're going to do this little counting exercise, and you're going to come back in, we're going to get your data, and then you're pretty much done until next class period when all the classes have gone. So, that is going to be our counting cars activity.